Hey everyone. Well, we are all done now with Module 2 and we're moving into Module 3, which is actually a pretty important one because your resume is a big part of this coming week as well as your final project. So you're going to be doing a draft, so to speak, on it, and you're going to just start perfecting some of the elements of your resume. And I was thinking a lot about shape, mostly because I was working with a UCLA student who hadn't formatted his fiction correctly. And I was talking about how we read with our eyes in terms of general shape. So if we look at something and we see that it's all smashed together because it's single spaced, or it's, there's too many spaces between the sentences, our eye actually is going to reject it in some way. And and if we have to read it, which I often have to read things because I'm the teacher, I sort of resent the reading that I have to do because it's not coming to my eye in the way that I expected. So I have been writing to a number of you about the MLA format, and I provided the link to you probably personally, but it's also in the announcement from last week. But for your resume, this is even more important because our eye has to assess the situation. And we want to see certain blocks of information in certain ways. So I recommended Word as it's having resume templates, and you might want to find one and practice with it and see what it does for you. Just stringing together information on a blank page is often not the way to go. You want to make sure you have your name and information and schooling and, or a tagline of what you're doing, or a mission, or just a comprehensible and easy to read and organized and spatially clean on the page so we can read it really, really quickly and get what we need, and then move forward by calling you and giving you your dream job. And that's the goal. So that's what and we have time now to work on it. And my comments to you will be really editing comments about what I'm garnering from this and how it looks to me. It's kind of like in the marketing, finding an audience class where we do web pages. A web page is the same thing. Our eye takes it in shape-wise, and then we can take in the information. That's why I think we have MLA and formats for writing fiction and that kind of thing, dialogue, for instance. Okay, that's the resume. That's this coming week. I think I've said everything else I need to say, either to you. Please make sure you're listening to the comments I'm able to give to you on Turnitin. Sometimes Turnitin doesn't work very well on Sunday, so I've just written out my thoughts for you. The earlier you post, the better Turnitin behaves. Sunday, I've given up on Sundays because it's just sort of a disaster in there. Hours go by before it loads up. I guess there's a lot of students doing the same thing. But that's it. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, and I hope you have a really great week.